Greetings, Mythics, how are we all? Yes, it is that time again. Well, slightly later, quite a lot later. I'm really sorry about that I'm later than normally late. I just kind of mistimed it, and I'm really hungry. So I'm going to have to eat. Really sorry, going to have to eat. I'm really hungry. I woke up really ridiculously early. Hang on. Welcome to Ken Eats Breakfast. How is everybody? Yes. Hello, Martha. You're not alone in that. I'm dead tired. Couldn't sleep before 4 AM. Yeah. Well, I actually did manage to fall asleep. I had a snooze. I'm just thinking back now. Yeah, I went to bed, well, relatively early for me. I think I fell asleep about 11. And woke up at 6, and I was wide awake. And I know what happens when I do that. I thought, right, well, I'll get up, I'll do some stuff. So I was working on my game book. Yay! And then I worked till about 8. And then I went, right, I'll just go back to sleep. Oh, that's cool. I've got a good couple of hours. But you know what? I set my alarm for 9:20, and I was just like, wow, I'm still heavily asleep. So I know that's what happens. Yes, no worries, Jonathan. I'm late. No, you're late. Look, we're both late. It doesn't matter. I'm late. I was 7 minutes late starting, so we literally just started. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's good. You're one of the lucky ones, then, Jonathan. I am more of a night person than a morning person. But if you are of a nervous disposition, you might want to look away now while I eat my shredded wheat. But I woke up really hungry. So I jumped in the bath, and then I was like, I'm shaking, guys. I'm shaking. What's that all about? I'm really hungry, shaking like a madman, like I've not eaten for years. Yeah, and writing in the evenings. Yeah, I only got 4 or 5. Yeah. You know my pain. And that is a good part of, being creative. Is that you do your day's work. You know, if you've got a full-time job somewhere, or even a part-time job, and then it's like, right, well, when do I do my writing? Or when do I write my board game design? Or when do I do my art? When do I do this? So people tend to then do another, hopefully 4 or 5 hours after their normal work. And so you kind of try to burn the candle at both ends. Welcome to the Ken White horror show. Fell asleep at 4 AM and woke up 10 AM. 6 hours sleep. Yeah, that's not bad, Martha. 6 hours, not bad. But, jumping in the bath. I always have a bath in the morning. That kind of gets me awake. Oh, God, I can't believe I was shaking because I'm hungry. But I had a full dinner last night. And some rye vita. How is everybody? Anyway, hello Lee Wren, hello. Good evening, just got a 6 lightweight string guitar, Lee, for ease of travel from the local Salvation Army. What the hell is that? What's a 6 lightwing string guitar, Lee? For ease of travel. Oh, I see, it's not to help you travel. It's a smaller guitar for ease of travel. I was thinking, what, should I get a guitar when I travel? Would that help me? So, what's your favourite breakfast? I've been getting into shredded wheat recently. It feels wholesome. It feels healthy. It's not very nice to look at if someone's eating. I do appreciate that. Right. That's the last of that. That's that out the way. You'll be glad to know. It's the size of a ukulele. There it is. Kind of annoyed since I lost 2 of the rarest mobs in Minecraft. What's a mob? A brown panda. Oh, I see. And a brown mushroom cows both in... both are a pain to get. A brown panda and brown mushroom cow. Sounds crazy. I did play Minecraft at one point. My son got into Minecraft and we used to play it together, which was really nice. I like that. So this must be all new stuff. All new stuff. There we go. Anyway, how is everybody? Yeah, I've had a lovely week. I've had a pretty lovely week, and you guys had a good week? Let's do the Druid Wisdom card to see what your weekend holds for you. Here we go then. Oh, well, they do say if one sort of jumps out at you, you're meant to take it, but we'll ignore that. Oh, ignore it at our peril. So those of you that tuned in for, well, it was Martha actually, Martha and Jam. I don't know where Jam is today, this morning, but they regularly watch me live stream a video game Friday evenings, 7 PM. And I think we've had this one before. No, not this one. We haven't had this one before, though. Look at that. There you go. This is today's Druid. And we managed to finish Lost in Random. We finished Lost in Random. We've been playing it for a number of weeks now. And it is fantastic. It was very good. Really good voice acting. Good gameplay. It was a narrative, you know, story-driven. It wasn't open world. And, yeah, it was really good fun. So, you know, check those out if you're thinking, oh, what video game should I get next? Here we go, then. Martha's put here, I'm making a kingdom in there, and I refuse to upgrade since I worked on this for nearly a year. Yes. That's the thing. That's the thing with these sorts of things. You kind of build it up, and then they change the game, or they upgrade you, or they want to upgrade you. Long hidden friend. Long hidden friend. That's the symbol for a long hidden friend, presumably. A guide for travellers, lost and found. He leads you to safety without a word or a sound. Oh, that's lovely. Long hidden friend. There we go. So if you're out and about travelling this weekend, like I am, I'm doing a murder mystery, another murder mystery, then don't worry, there's going to always be someone there for you. Let me have just a bit cup of tea, honeyed tea. So there we are. What have you guys been working on? Tell me your news. Tell me your news. I have been one of the main... Well, it's been a couple of main things, really. One of the things I did in the last couple of days is I'm going to be at UK Games Expo. I can't say why, but I am going to be there. I'll probably be able to tell you soonish. But I'm going to be at UK Games Expo for the 3 days. In fact, I'm probably going to go down Thursday, stay over from Thursday. So if you're about, Jonathan, let me know. Because then we can go out for a good old chinwag. And that's not a euphemism, I just meant talking and drinking. Because it's fun and to support Ace Game Books. Yes, that is exactly why I'm going. Because it's fun and to support Ace Game Books. No, it is nice. It is nice when you bump into or meet up with, you know, friends that you know you don't ordinarily meet up with because they've moved a long way away. I'll be there from Thursday to Sunday. Might not have to sell this year though. Oh, okay, interesting. Is this something you can share, or is this to do with you know, your gun for hire, your other game books, but you know, published through other companies? That would be interesting. I'm intrigued. I mean, if you can't say, that's fine. But just DM me. Poor Things is a surreal and beautiful steampunk take on Frankenstein myth, but I'm contemplating writing very strong word letter to the ignoramus who rated it mature 15. That is must be an American rating, rather than rather than an outright R18 it deserves. Did this rating officer lose her glasses when he or she was blind to the graphic and completely frank and uncensored sexuality through 45% of his 2.5-hour run? Right, I've got to go and watch a film now, guys, so thanks a lot. I just haven't published any new age since last year. Yeah, but is that a reason not to not have your stall? Because you've not got a new stuff? There'd be loads of people that may not have read your other stuff, unless you've not got too much stock, I guess. I guess, yeah, you do obviously have to weigh it up in terms of how, financially, is it beneficial? Will you make money? Because otherwise there's no point in doing it if you're going to lose money, obviously. And I don't know how much the a stall is if you've a repeat offender. Because we got a deal, when you do it your first year, when you first get a stall, you get a cheap one, don't you? Oh, I see. Yeah, you've not got a lot of... Yeah. I guess it's still good to have a presence there, though, isn't it, Jonathan? Because in my... maybe you could sort of try and get some flyers printed up. I don't know, and maybe have what's coming out next. Just to say, oh, would you like a flyer? I've got a new book coming out next year or whatever. Just a thought. Just so you keep the brand in front of people's peeps, in front of their eyes. But it's good that you're going, though. Good that you're going. Rene's going to be going of Lone Wolf, although he's not going to have a stand. I don't think they're having a stand this year. And so that'd be cool to meet up with Rene. Had a good chat with him yesterday about creativity. That was it. It was an awkward moment to have more than one set of parents walk past you, dragging their crying kids out of the theatre. Oh, I see. Oh, it was at the theatre. Yeah, that's slightly different. Then give ticket vendors a jolly good yelling for not warning them of graphic content. Yeah, I guess. But the thing is, though, it's not their job. It's not the cinema's job to do that, really. If it's a 15 and your kid is over 15, because in England you can't take. Pretty sure you can't take kids into a 15 if they're under 15, or an 18 into an 18 or a 12. But yeah, it's not really the cinema's job, because it's the border classification's job. That's how I see it, anyway. Doing good, working on intense scene and not sure where I'll take it at the moment. Yes, that's nice. Yes, you mentioned it was very intense last night on the other live stream. Yeah, hopefully you'll solve that problem, Martha. Yeah, so what I've been doing so for UK games, we'll just finish this. There's a thing where they call it like publisher. I think it's sort of loosely known as the publisher designer speed dating evening. And what you do is you go along. You apply and you submit board games or card games, tabletop games that you are looking for a publisher with, and then publishers, they sign up, and then what they do is they look at all the submissions. And then I think they pick 10 that they would like to see, that they want you to pitch to. And you've only got 5 minutes to pitch your game. And what they do is they pick 10 that they want to see, and then then all the information, all the publishers' results get collated, and then the overall top 10 gets invited along to the evening. And that's Friday evening from, I think, 6 till 8. And so it's a speed dating, kind of just a quick way to pitch and to, for publishers to find new games, for designers to at least get an opportunity to pitch their games in front of, several publishers all at once. And then obviously, if the publishers want to take it further on a second date, then you can arrange, obviously, over the UK Games to go and demo it. I mean, you could presumably do it after the speed dating, or more likely you do it on the Saturday or the Sunday. And then, you demo your game, and then hopefully you could get a deal there and then, if they're that impressed by it. So or at the very least a strong, yeah, we're definitely going to let you know, we're interested, we'll definitely let you know. So that is what I've been gearing up for. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Dylan. Look at Gruckelsnut. Gruckelsnut, that guy yapping on it. I know. I never stop. Unfortunately, R15 in Taiwan is okay if kids are coming to my parents. Oh, I don't know if that's the case in the UK, but yeah, I've heard that's in some places. Only R18, which I guess poor things would be in England and America, is no kids full stop in Taiwan. Oh, I see. Oh, so it probably would be an 18 over here. Yeah, that's just unfortunate then, isn't it? How are you, Dylan? Hopefully everything's all well in your world. And yes, I've not stopped yapping. So I've been gearing up, and Kedrick is going to be doing this as well. Mike, you know Kedrick. We all know Kedrick, the games designer, who is a good friend of mine, who we've been co-working on some games together. Now we've been, let me see. I've got the demos here. We've been working on developing these couple of games the last couple of years, and so what we're doing is we're going to be putting them into the speed dating. So it's going to be 2 that Kedrick and I worked on together, we co-designed and developed, and then one of my own ones. Kedrick has got 3 individual ones, I think. So it looks like I'm going to be pitching Titanic Heist on the High Seas. This is the demo box, the prototype box, and also Guildlands Rise of the City. And so we're going to be. So what you have to do is you have to submit, you have to apply before the end of April, and you have to submit a sell sheet or a pitch sheet, sell sheet, and the rules. But the rules can be no more than 2 sides of A4. The pitch sheet can only be 1 side of A4. So I've been working on those, getting those ready. Kedrick's had a look at those. He's happy, doesn't need any changes, no typos or anything like that. Although there is actually, because Sally spotted one when she briefly looked at it. It's the first thing she went, yeah, I think you've spelled. Okay. So obviously before I do send them off, I will give them to Sally to proofread, because she's very good at that sort of thing. And so yeah, so I'm very excited. We're going to pitch those 2, and also we're going to be doing Those People. So this is my new prototype. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a swear. There's a swear at the bottom of that. I didn't realise. Hey. It's just the way they're in the box. So I've made a new prototype. This is my party game. And so, look, so I've done the pitch sheet, and there's the rules. I've managed to get the rules onto 1 side of A4, which is pretty good. Although that's just a summary of the rules. There is a few more rules. So probably the rules sheet will probably be a double-sided sheet like this. Those people who make noise at 4 or 5 a.m. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I've got a noisy Those People card. So yeah. That's the beauty about this game, is that as soon as you mention those people, people go, yeah, those, and they've got a list, which is fantastic, which is why I think it's very relatable, this game. So I put examples. So on the sell sheet, for those of you interested, if you are going to do your own sell sheet, I do like an overview, then I do the play, so they get an idea of how the game plays and, what the turns are, and then the sort of overall feeling that you're hoping to evoke when the players play. So it's going for a laugh. So basically, it's just for fun. It's a party game. It's a fun game. Then I put the selling points in bullet points, components. Then we've got, and then on this one I've got warning, because this is an adult mature film. So Lee Rin, you can relate to this now, having your experience with Poor Things. I put a warning that this game is definitely for adults. It's mature. Some people might find it offensive. Other people will find it hilarious. We find it funny. I hope you do too. It's that kind of thing. And then the contact details. So yeah, and also because of the way the layout, I've managed to put in a few examples of what those people are. So those, and then you're allowed to swear. Obviously, I haven't put the swears on there. Those people who never admit they are wrong, even when they are proved wrong. a new board game can escape the mousetrap? The answer's no. Well, I probably could, because the mousetrap's got those holes in it when you play it. When you play the actual board game, it's got that thing that goes down over it. So I'll just jump through. Those people who stop walking in front of you for no reason, and those who crack their knuckles in public, where they go, no warning, no warning. They just go, and you go, all right, thanks for that. And then there are some people that just go, yeah, they do a shoulder, they do their neck, they do that neck, they do that, they do their elbows. You go off to the bathroom and do that. It's as bad as cutting your toenails in public. I don't think I've got that. Deserve to be lightly tapped with a teaspoon for 3 days. Deserve to have their arse cheeks stapled together. However, the sun is shining, the birds are shining. No, the birds are singing. Let's not stress about it. However, a kick up the bum is always fun. So there you go. That's just a flavour of the game. All of those crimes worthy of punishment by Vlad Tapers. Yeah, well, that's the whole point of the game. That's the whole point of the game, Dylan. One person reads out are those people cards. The other players, they choose a deserve card, so deserve to be impaled by Vlad. Then they play a however card, so which is kind of, like however, I'm bigger than them, so I'm not going to complain about it. Or however, they'll get their comeuppance, that kind of thing. And also I've got swears, so you can, if you want to play a swear, you don't have to, but you can put those people, or you can just say those people if you don't want to swear. Uncle Vlad, the family liberal. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. So then we've got the rules on the back. So that is what I've been working on. In fact, yeah, I probably ought to make sure that the swears can't be read from the bottom. Oh, hey, you probably saw that one. Just flashing my swears at you. But yeah, it was good fun trying to think up 100 swears. So, yeah, I think I've narrowed it down. I've worked it all out, and I think you use 52 cards per game if it's an 8-player game. So if you've got 300 cards, 400 cards, that's probably enough cards per category. So, that's the only sticking point I can see with a publisher, apart from it not being their type of game. But if it is their type of game, it'd be like, oh, there's a lot of cards in there. What about the weight of the game? But it's not too bad. I mean, that's only 100 cards each. That's about 300 cards. And they're not proper cards as well. So bear that in mind. Hey, so that's what I've been working on. So that takes a bit of, a good couple of hours to sort out that, typeset all that, and then get that all ready. But that'll be exciting. So hopefully they'll pick, if not 3 of the games, at least 1 of the games, so I can go along and do that. I'll bring them anyway, even if I haven't been invited along to the pitch weekend, just in case I happen to talk to somebody and they're interested in, a board game that I talk about. Because obviously there are a lot of publishers there at UK Games. So what else have I been working on? I have been working on, and I've been glad to get back to this, my game book. Been working on my game book. This isn't the latest printout, but this is the flow diagram that Jonathan suggested I do, because I couldn't get my head around how to do it. Well, I could, but what happened with when I first wrote my first game book, use my swear I invented. Right, if I remember that, Dylan, that will go in. That will go in. Nice. I like that. Yeah, maybe I should do an appeal. If you'd like to swear at me, be as creative as you can, because they might be in a board game, in a card game. When I first wrote Curse of the Myth Mage, I didn't have any plans at how many entries it's going to be. So consequently, it grew and grew and grew and grew, and it's become quite a big book. For Karen's sake, why is writing so hard? It is. That's the challenge of it, though, Martha. That's why not everybody can do it. Remember that as well. Not everybody can do it. Well, I mean, I think everybody can, but some people are more natural than others. But if you put the hard work in, that's why a lot of these creative stuff, it's all about hard work, isn't it? Well, they say it's like 10% talent, 90% hard work, and 5% not understanding maths. So with Curse of Myth Mage, I didn't really go right. It's 500 entries or it's 400 entries and fit the story in those entry numbers. I just wrote it. So then I decided, maybe I need to do a flow diagram. And the problem with that was it just got really unwieldy. However, this method is slightly better because in my head I've said, right, it's going to be 500 entries and then you fit the story to 500 entries. And I guess that keeps it tight. And it also, I now really understand why there can be sudden deaths. Because you kind of want to contain it. You don't want it to be too sprawly. So you just sort of go, oh yeah, and they fell down a pit. Oh yeah, you're walking along and toilet fell on your head. Not that in medieval worlds they had toilets specifically. But anyway, censors who give films too graphic for children a safe rating deserve to be stuck in a cage with rabid wolverines in love season. Exactly, there you go. Those people, those censors. Wow, look at that. Jonathan. Is that because you're a bit lazy? They went, yeah, so how many entries do you think it should be? And you went, about 300. 300's the norm. 300, wow, okay. And again, obviously I can't pronounce it. Acononti. No, that was the Brit. No, I'm just joking. I'm just teasing. I would imagine, yeah, it depends on what age group they're focusing on. If it is really sort of 8-year-old, what's the age group then? 8 to 12? Is that the age group? What? Because, that's smaller than a fighting fantasy, isn't it, as you know? But yeah, so they've obviously decided 300 entries, that's it. And it's also to do with cost. And I believe that's possibly why, and Jonathan knows this, no, teenagers and adults. Oh, okay, yeah, well, maybe they're thinking that people's concentration spans aren't as long as they used to be, and also to do with cost, because obviously the fewer entries, the less pages. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. You Are the Hero, Jonathan, that didn't they settle on 400 entries for Fighting Fantasy because of how many pages that would be and then how much it would cost to produce? Remember my 30-day ban when we played the Dracula book? Oh yeah, did you get? Yes, you did. Facebook just went, I'm not having it, mate. Not having it. Well, you'll be glad to know, Dylan, we do live streams on Twitch. Because Facebook, I mean, apart from banning people, yeah, because you wrote blood or something. Don't write it here, though, just in case, but it was something like that, wasn't it? No, it was entirely random. Oh, I got that wrong then. The adventure was 399 by the time they finished it. So they added, 1 to make it up to 400. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, 400 probably seems quite good then, doesn't it? And also, when you're playing the game, it's like, again, how long do you want the experience to last? How long? It's like a film. An hour and a half seems a good time for a film. You're sitting in a cinema. How long do people are willing to be sitting in a cinema? So it's the same with a game book. How long is somebody willing to play this for? And I know you play it over several sessions, so. Grockle Snook, stop making me you're cold. Oh, Grockle Snook, stop playing up, mate. He's very mischievous today. He was almost going to make me sneeze then. Talking of actually sneezing, not that this is anything to do with it, but look, it's spring, sprung as spring, spring has sprung. It's Mother's Day, Mothering Sunday, and Sally very kindly brought me these because my mum, she passed away several years ago, but she loved daffodils, and I always think of my mum whenever they start appearing, because my mum's birthday is the 4th of March as well. So that's very kind of her. There you go. So happy Mother's Days to all our mothers. Aren't they amazing? A toast to the wonderful lady editor Geraldine Cook. Yes, absolutely. Good knowledge there as well, Liren. Yeah, so I've decided to do 500 entries. I think I chose 500 because I know Fighting Fantasy was 400. And you know how I like to ramble on. So I wondered if I could fit a story into 400 words. So it's really interesting doing the flow diagram of your fighting of your game book, because you can definitely, it's just there, you can see where everything goes, you can see how it flows, and also, more importantly, you can quickly add up how many sudden deaths you've got. Is it too many? Is it not enough? In my game book, I've got things called events, where you'll just turn to an entry and it'll just say, this, you know, there's an event happened, and then you roll 2d20, do 2d12s, and then you look at the back, or I might do these on cards, I don't know yet, and you look at the back, and then you just find out what's happened to you. So these are like just random events that happen. So again, I can quickly see if I put too many of those in and not enough of those in. And the other thing that I've got in my game book, which I think makes mine slightly different, is I've got sleep encounters. So when you go to sleep, so every now and again, obviously I'll try to keep track of, you know, if it's morning, afternoon and evening, and then nighttime. When you go to sleep, you have to roll, I think it's 2d12 again, and again you then look up at the back, or I might have cards, what sleep encounter you encounter. And some are going to be good, some are going to be bad, some are going to be neutral. So yeah, I thought that was quite fun. And again, I can see how many sleep encounters I've got here, and if I need to add any more or take any away, so that's good. And the other good thing is that you can start plotting out your story. You basically, you know, you've got your overview of a story, but it's how to get that story into those entry numbers. And this is a good method, and I'm not telling Jonathan, obviously. He knows this already. He's the one that told me about it, which I kind of knew people did, but I just couldn't get my head around it to begin with. You to transfer your story overview into the entries, it's like a halfway house between an overview, an outline of your story, and your first draft of writing a story. So if you're writing a novel, I tend to like outlining stuff, and then I write the novel. Well, this is an outline. This is a halfway house, because then you then put it into the entries, and then once you've got all your entries in the flowchart, you know exactly what's going to happen in that entry. So, for example, let's have a look. Entry 10 on this one, it will change when I publish it. You go to the Thieves' Den. You go to the Thieves' Den. So I know, and I go, oh, okay, that's what's going to happen in the Thieves' Den. Right, I'll write that entry up. And so it should be quite straightforward. Once you've planned it all out, you then just sit and write the entries. And that must be quite a satisfying way of doing it, because you know the end is in sight. My first attempt at doing a game book, didn't plan it out like this. I knew the overall story, but I didn't know how many entries it was going to be. So I was like on entry 400, and I'm like, God, I'm kind of halfway through the book, you know, and I've still got another half of the book to do. That's when I thought, oh, maybe I need to do it in 2 books, because it got a bit sprawly. The good news is, though, that Curse of the Myth Mage, I've actually realised I can use quite a lot of what I wrote in this book as well. Even though it's a completely different plot and different kind of idea and different concept. But because I've set both books in my fictional world of Edra, there's crossover. So my Ferrum's Forge town is the city that you're starting in. Shall I tell you? Yeah, you play a thief. Why not? I'll tell you. So you play a thief, and you wake up drunk. No, you don't wake up drunk. You've been drunk, and you kind of wake up the next morning, and you're in the tavern, and you're going, what the hell happened here? And the landlord puts another pint in your face, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you realise it slowly comes back what happened. You got really drunk, and you bought what they consider a fake map, a fake treasure map. And then you start thinking, well, maybe there's real gold in it, and you're like, oh, and you've got no money, you've got like 1 gold left. So you think, well, maybe I'll go. I might as well go and check out if this treasure is really there or not. But then there's a twist, which I won't spoil what it is. Something happens that changes your opinion of everything. Playing a rogue, just like my first ever game book, Midnight Rogue. Oh, fantastic. I already have a good feeling about this game book. Oh, thank you, Levine. That's very kind. Who's Midnight Rogue by? That sounds intriguing. Yeah, so there's a nice twist in there that I think you guys will like. And then, yeah, so I'm now, so when I printed this out, I was on 37 entries, or 39 entries. But now I think I've got 4 pages of these on the computer. I'm on 81 or 82 entries of planning it out. So I'm nearly a fifth of the way done. Oh, look at Jonathan and his knowledge, and he's smart. It's Graham Davis. There we go. Midnight Rogue. That sounds cool. I do like, Martha and I, we like playing rogues, don't we? In D&D, we like playing rogues. Today I will take one of Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Yes, Martha just managed to get her hands on a copy of Warlock of Firetop Mountain for the very first time. So good luck with that, Martha. Enjoy it. That's where it all started. The combat narrative stories. Because branching narratives had been around for a while. They've been around for about 100 years. I think the Victorians, well, I remember doing a bit of research on this, the Victorians sort of did it. So yeah, Fighting Fantasy added the combat system. Never blame the rogue. We're not that bad. Rogue's the best. I know. What do you mean? What gold? What gold are you talking about? Yeah. This. No, I've had this ages. Oh, it's inheritance. Honest. I inherited from you. Yeah, so I'm really excited about it. And the thing is, though, as you all know, I do too many projects, and so I'm kind of firefighting. And what my plan is to try and finish the things that are nearly finished, because then they're done and dusted, and that's another thing out of my life, you know, which is great, which is good, but it means that I can then start focusing on the other projects. The way I win, cheat. Do I have to? Yeah. Do I have that needed item? Yeah, sure, I've got it. Yeah, when we play it, Dylan, when we do a live stream every Wednesday, so you're more than welcome to join us, at 6:30, we tend to give ourselves 3 lives. So, you know, we just, because otherwise we could die in the first, you know, live stream. And I kind of like each book to last at least 4 parts. You know, the average is kind of 6. They all seem to last about 6, whether we die after 3 lives or we manage to finish the book. So yeah, so that's a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't necessarily cheat by having the item, although I think we have started to do that a little bit. Although they say, yeah, no, we've got that item. I go, well, I haven't written it down. I go, no, you didn't write it down. It's like, I see where this is going. Yeah, so the other thing I might do with the game book... Oh, that's what I was going to do. Has anyone heard of Game Crafter. Game Crafter. Renee told me about Game Crafter. Now, I've heard of this before, and I can't remember why. Kedrick might have told me about it. And I've got my laptop right here, because I was going to look it up last night, but I lamed it by falling asleep. So I'd like to look this up. I'm pretty sure, maybe Jonathan, you and I have had a conversation about Game Crafter. Game Crafter. It's an American. They print. I know Kedrick's told me about it. I'm sure he's told me. Yeah. Oh, for God's sake! What's this? Save my preferences. You must make your selection of all the. Oh, for God's sake! Do not track me then. Do not track me. Do not track me. Do not track me. Save my preferences. Right, Game Crafter. And it looks like it's make games, art, playing cards and components. Buy games, upgrade, tarot art and game pieces. So it's sort of like Kickstarter, but they make your game for you. So you don't have to source a manufacturer or printer. So you kind of put up all the artwork. As far as I've been told, then it says upload your artwork and rules, choose the parts in your game, select the game box you want, buy one copy or as many as you need. No minimum order and bulk discounts. Oh no, I think my bard is in trouble. My demon sent me something on the next session. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can he sing himself out of it, or can she sing herself out of it? So what they do is you can create your game and then it goes up onto their website and you sell it through their website. Going to keep taking levels in Bard in real life until I can play the 4-string ukulele. I like that. With my eyes closed, 7th level Bard, yeah. And then graduate into the 6-string guitar lay, hopefully not too distant day. Can actually play a 6-string electric guitar, 20th level Bard, like a Beatle. That sounds fantastic. And then if you do play D&D, then you can actually whip out your ukulele, that's not a euphemism, and start playing it. Playing with it. No, don't do that. Do the guitar. Yeah. My Bard Max is more of a storyteller than a singer. Yes, that's how I played mine. I have never played a Bard, but if ever I played a Bard, it would be a storyteller. Oh, that's actually, I did do a bit of live role playing, and I was a storyteller. So yeah, you can make. So get started, products, playing cards, games. Let's have a look. Oh, you must log in to do that. Okay. You got to create an account. Can I just see some products? Okay, so you got components. There's all sorts of crazy components. Oh, look at that. Boxes. Tuck boxes. Okay, interesting. Custom dice, custom meeples. Is it custom dice? Yeah, custom full D8. Oh, that's good to know. So what I was thinking was, should I, and I've said this to you before, guys, about should I, with my game book, should I have it as a book? However, like House of Danger, have it where you have a decks of cards for your items. So say you had spells. I haven't got spells in mind, but say you had a spell deck, you had a an items deck, you had an encounters deck, you had different decks to play the game with. So for example, look, we've got a truck key in House of Danger. We found that as a clue. We've also got a whirring metal sphere. We've got a pocket knife. We've also got a cavalry sabre. So the good thing about that is that you can put what it does on the card. So, because what I found with the adventure sheets is you'd write what weapon it is and it says +2 in battle or whatever, and there's never enough space on these adventure sheets, obviously, because the books are small. So it's pretty cool if you had a deck of items, because in the entry you could say you find a cavalry sabre, take item 3 out of and put it into your play area, and then you've got it. Does that sound like a good thing to do? It's kind of part game book, part board game. We're getting really meta now. Part book, part game, part board game. Does that make sense? Is that a good idea? Would people be interested in that version of the game, of my game book? And allegedly, Honor Among Thieves is going to get a TV anime series and even a full cinema sequel. Fantastic. Well, it should do, because that was really good. They just concentrated on characters, they concentrated on story, they concentrated on respecting D&D and actually respecting the rules and the law of D&D, and they did it very cleverly. And equally, they did it where if you know nothing about D&D, it doesn't matter. You don't get the in jokes, but then you still get the jokes. Yeah, look at this domino board set. Engraved 16mm wooden dice. Whew. Rules. Who cares? Yeah, exactly. Who cares about the rules? So I'm going to be looking into this craft funder because a game crafter. Why on Amazon TV? I can't see it in any other streaming media. Yeah, I know. That's the problem with all of this streaming now. It's very divided, isn't it? It's very divided. So anyway, there you go. I got to wrap this up because I am expecting somebody at 11 o'clock. So I've got to wrap it up. But yeah, so let me know what you think about me doing more of a House of Danger type way of doing it rather than just a game book. And I think we've done this before. It could be that, I might even try and pitch it to a publisher. So if it's a board game, I'll probably get it published. You know, it's more likely to get it published as a game rather than a game book. Where are publishers looking for game books? Probably not, you know. When the intellect devours ignored all the heroes, I spat out my coke in laughter. Yeah, exactly. It was good. No worries. You had some shopping to do. We're just wrapping it up now because I've got to go. So Jonathan's saying no to publishers are not looking for game books, are they? Can you confirm that? Rather than my idea of doing a game book. A game, like more like this. Correct. Okay, yeah. So they're not looking. So this is it. So if I've got more chance. Hello, Tex Turner. Oh, thanks for watching, by the way. German Mantalore publisher does. Oh, okay. Let me quickly look them up before we go. Because I really do have to go, actually. Which is a shame, because I'm enjoying the conversation. Manticore and your company publisher. Because this is my thinking. I've got more chance of getting games published than I have getting books published. Rebirth of Radical James. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, cool. German. What's it called? Yeah, I can't. Yeah, no, I have pronounced that. I've written that correctly. Right. Anyway, you've just joined. Thank you, Tex. Yeah, unfortunately, we Verlag. There it is. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for that. Unfortunately, we're just wrapping it up. So really, really sorry about that. Hey, a game book box is very eye-catching. Yeah, exactly. So if I did like this type of game, then I might stand a better chance of actually getting it published. Yeah, I'm really sorry though. I do have to go because I'm meeting somebody at 11. I'll let you into a little secret. I haven't even got my trousers on. First time I've done a live stream in my pants. They have lots of lone wolf. Oh, I might have even met one of the guys because I can't remember now. Anyway, yes, brilliant. Noodle time. I'm meeting a snake. Okay. Oh, making a snake. Meeting a snake. Okay, bye then. Thank you, yes. So thank you so much for joining, Tex. Really, really appreciate it. Please don't stand up. I won't stand up. I just need to go and get... So thank you very much. If you are interested in watching again, we do this every Saturday, 10 a.m. UK time. We also do a game book every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. UK time on Edra Tales Twitch channel. We are doing House of Danger, which, as we were talking about, is a game book plus it's a game. It's very confusing. So there we go. So we're going to be doing that this Wednesday, 6:30 UK time. We are also doing a live stream video game. It's a new game. Well, a new game to me, but we've just finished Lost in Random. We are now doing The Witcher 3. Oh yes, Wild Hunt. So I've never played a Witcher game. Very looking forward to that. No kidding. I'm going to play... Wow, you're going to see snakes and spiders. Enjoy that, Martha. Thank you so much for watching, Martha. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Tex. Thank you, Lyrian. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Sally. Thank you to anyone else that watched but didn't comment. You are always more than welcome. But if you do want to comment, you do have to follow the channel. And if you click the notifications, you should, it doesn't always happen, but you should get a notification exactly when I go live. Hello, mozzarella hot dog dinner. Enjoy your dinner. And as always, may the magic of magic flow through you. What do I normally say? May the magic of stories. Yeah, may the magic of stories flow through you. Always. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon.